The president of the Fiji Dental Association, Dr. Vikas Singh, guest speakers from the Australian Dental Association, World Dental Federation, New Zealand Dental Association, Japanese Dental Association, Korean Dental Association. Members of the dental profession in Fiji, and also a big Mbula Binaka to those of you from the region who are here. I think, and I'm thinking, that maybe some of you may have trained here. That's why you've come back for the meeting. Maybe you haven't missed much. The roads of Suva remain the same. Members of the Fiji Dental Association, sponsors and industry partners, local and abroad, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. Ambula, and good evening to you. It is a pleasure for me to be here today, and it's actually quite humbling because I've known Dr. Vikas for quite a while. I was president of the Fiji Medical Association for quite a long time, and during that period, Dr. Vikas has been one of the longest serving presidents of the Fiji Dental Association. And Dr. Vikas has been standing true to the call, the noble call within dentistry in Fiji. And to me, sometimes he reminds me of Joski's thumb. He's always there. And thank you, Binwai. You'll never meet a person who will say it as he sees it. And I have been very fortunate never to have had my tooth pulled out by Dr. Vikas, because I know he will be telling me off and telling me what the way forward would be whilst undergoing a very pleasant procedure. The theme of this year's conference has been meeting healthcare demands through innovation and dental science. And Fiji in the Pacific has been a leader in innovative curriculum dentistry and the design in this. For instance, the 26-year multi-entry, multi-exit dentistry program is unique in its integrated teaching model. And it has, over the years, produced all the caliber of dental professionals that we need. And as you know, and as a surgeon, and also as a dentist, you would know that our work is greatly supported by the people who are with us. It's the therapists, the hygienists, the prosthetics. Those are the important people that form part of the team. We've also been a leader in innovative dental public health systems, with the utilization of locally trained, expanded scope of practice dental therapists. Globally, dental therapists' work, which has been restricted in the past to fillings and extractions, has recently, over the years, expanded in the scope of practice, and the programs in the universities, especially that of La Trobe, offer such a program. Additionally, Fiji is leading in other countries in the region and in the world in terms of interventions such as the school dental program, particularly its organization, services provided, and coverage. And this is something that I'm very proud of, the fact that we have a very robust school health program, including the Lisa School Dental Program. We also, coupled with this, is the school visits and the immunization program that we provide for children. From the time of conception till when a child or leaves school at Form 7, the Ministry of Health sees the child, the neonate, the infant, 55 times. Including in this is the several visits made by the school dental health program. And this is something that I'm very proud of. These are the pillars of good health. We have an immunization coverage of 99%, which is one of the best in the world. You can only make it 99.99%. So we're already 99%. The public sector endeavors to achieve national water fluoridation, which is proven to be a cost-effective way of achieving significant reduction in tooth decay. Dental cavity is a non-communicable disease and shares many of the risk factors as other NCDs. One also realized that dental caries has also been, to an extent, associated with rheumatic heart disease, which is one of the significant problems in the Pacific. Significant in Fiji and around the Pacific, also significant in South Auckland, where there's a big Pacific and Maori population. I'm pleased to note that this year's Fiji Dental Association Conference will be looking also at innovations in sports dentistry, root canal fillings, implants, expanding options for the replacement of teeth which have to be removed, and also how to respond to medical emergencies that may happen in our dental clinics. We've also been responding not only within, but also in other areas that we need dental professionals. If you do not know, I would just like to share with you that it's been nearly more than 10, maybe 15 to 20 years that we have dental dentists and also dental therapists that are part of the Fiji military forces, and sometimes deployed with them into the Middle East when we had a very heavy presence there. And I know that some of your colleagues in the public health system have been recipients of this and actually still have a reserve officer appointment with the military forces. I acknowledge the industry partners who have put together a trade display and they have provided information on advances in dental materials, instruments, equipment and techniques that are now available to us. I encourage us all to take advantage of the educational facilities, opportunities the FDA conference offers. And the conference is an opportunity for us to also fellowship, meet colleagues, network, and more importantly, strengthen the profession and gain our CPD points. I was asked by one of the eminent professors outside just before I came in, and I was asked, please remember to look after your dentist. And I answered and I said, it's a collaboration between government and the profession. Government can only do so much, but the profession must also do its part. And I speak as a former president of the Fiji Medical Association. When I took the reins, there was only 120 of us. As I speak, there are now 500 members of the Fiji Medical Association. And they have grown from strength to strength because we realized that we had to influence ourselves first. And I'm asking you to make his job easier. I'm asking you to work together so that he is stronger. The president is the tip of the spear. He's only as strong as the members make him to be strong. And remember the old adage, united we stand, divided we fall. And for a long time we fell. But then we decided that we couldn't fall anymore. That the only way forward was up and no longer down. And to that end, I wish to acknowledge our dedicated dentists, and I want to begin by again acknowledging the Honorable late Dr. Chico Lubeni, an honorary member of a fellow of the Australasian College of Dental Surgeons, a former Speaker of the House, one of our, or if one of the first female dentists. And in May this year, I was humbled to receive from the World Health Organization Director General her award, which is a Global Health Leadership Award, which is given to somebody who's made significant changes in health on a global scale. And I want to begin by acknowledging her and also the many dedicated dentists over the years that have provided impeccable service. Some of them are in the room here today. Dr. Ali, Dr. Mohammed, Dr. Kumar, I wish to pay particular recognition also to the fact that we have a robust program. And Professor Jayantha Warisinga for developing Fiji's first master's program in oral surgery. And I know, because I helped train them, this first cohort of locally trained oral surgeons will be graduating from the FNU at the end of this year. And we value the commitment that FNU has made over the years in its former days as FSL, and we appreciate the services that it is given to the Fijian public. I know there's a lot of work that still needs to be done around training and the needs that we have, but I think that is something that we can still work on, and we agree on areas that we can move forward together with. Oral health is our responsibility. It's my responsibility, it's your responsibility. It's the responsibility of the Permanent Secretary of Health, it's the responsibility of the Divisional Medical Officer, as well as the Divisional Dental Officer. Earlier this year, I was in Taveuni. Taveuni serves about 25,000 Fijians. It is led, our medical team of about 100 is led by a sub-divisional medical officer. That's the way it's always been. And I arrived, and she was on maternity leave. As you know, children, when they come, dates can change. So her dates changed. When I arrived, there was no sub-divisional medical officer. I turned around and I saw Dr. Nadim. I said, Nadim, you are the SDM of Taveuni. So Dr. Nadim has been the first dentist to become a sub-divisional medical officer. Thank you, Nadim. In my opinion, what is important, and that's the view of this government, it is the person who can do the job. That is the person that we need to do the work that we have called them for. The ministry will continue to pursue collaboration and partnership with the private sector, NGOs and development partners to address oral health across Fiji. Our big and beautiful and spontaneous and come from the heart Bula smile has now become a major commodity internationally and is the biggest earner in Fiji's economy. I've just come back from a rugby game. Fiji was playing very well. They were making big hits and they were still smiling. And I thank God for their dentist. I say that the pride, say this with pride, knowing that Fiji's oral health services, from wherever it's delivered, plays a major part in ensuring that. And I thank you for all the work you've done over the years. And I thank the students even before they start work. Earlier this year, I called the Permanent Secretary and I said, how many dental graduates do we have? And she said, 13 from last year, I think, and 15 from the year before. And I said, what are we doing with them? I said, let's put it to the dentist. So put it to the dentist, said, I think they need an internship. The dentist wrote a brief and sent it back and said, the hospitals can only take 13. I said, no, we can't do that. These kids have finished a 5-year program. They need an internship. And I'm pleased to say that we took all 28 of them. And we did, Mr. President, we did something very innovative. We split them up and put half of them in hospitals and half of them in the subdivision hospitals. And if any of them were here in the room today, any of them in the room today or not? Have you enjoyed it? They've enjoyed it. And this is something that I'm very pleased about, is the fact that we can offer them an opportunity to intern not only in the hospital, but also in the subdivisional hospital. Because sometimes, being a consultant surgeon, sometimes I feel that the interns don't get a lot of practical experience. And sometimes they get the best experience when they have one-to-one supervision in the subdivision. Do you think you enjoyed the experience in the subdivision? Okay, you need to write up a report for me. We must embrace change. We must embrace innovative solutions. We must embrace the progression of dental science. Together, we can achieve more. Thank you.
The song is going out to Dr. Lino.